In this assignment, you're going to be collaborating with a friend to compose and then perform and record a duet in the key of C minor. Once you open the score, the first thing you want to do is locate the Parts button in the upper right side of the window. Once you click on Parts, you can come over to the side and click on the pencil next to Part 1. Then you can select the instrument that you play from the instrument panel that pops up. We'll leave this one for flute and then click OK. You should see the title of the first line change to flute. Next, whoever your partner is going to be, click on that edit pencil and change their instrument. Let's use clarinet for example. Then click OK. The next step you want to do is you may notice that both lines are still in concert pitch. To show the clarinet in written pitch, what you need to do is look in the upper left corner and make sure that the Show in Concert Pitch button is turned off. Just click. And you'll see that the key signature changes to reflect the written clarinet part. To begin, at letter A, Part 1 is going to compose a melody using only quarter notes and chord tones. Part 2 is going to compose an accompaniment using only half notes and chord tones. If you need help transposing the chord tones or reading the piano score at the bottom, simply click on the annotation icon in the middle of the piano score. So if I click here, this box will appear. Flute, which is in the key of C, can choose between these three notes, C, E flat, G. If you're writing the clarinet part, the transposed pitches for clarinet are going to be D, F, and A. I'll begin by composing my flute part. You can click the notes and the lines and spaces on the staff to enter the notes, or you can use your the computer keyboard. Let me first make sure that I've selected the flute line in measure 1. If I hold the command and down arrow, I can shift that octave down. I think I'll add some half notes there at the end. And now for the clarinet. And again, you can refer to the transposed pitches if you need to do that. And again, I'll make sure that I'm selected the clarinet system. Now I can go back, click on the first measure and listen to what this is going to sound like. Now, for letter B, you're going to reverse the process. Part 2 is now going to write the melody, and part 1 is going to create the accompaniment. And again, I can come back, click at letter B, and listen to the result. Now, at letter C, part 1 should go back to the beginning. Click in the center. First, let's make sure we're in the edit. Click in the center of measure 1. Hold down the shift key and click in the center or click near the end of measure 4. Then I'm going to use my key commands, Command C, to copy those 4 measures. Next, I'm going to come back to letter C, click in the first measure, letter C, and then use my Command V to paste. Next, I'm going to connect the chord tones of my original melody by adding at least 2 eighth note non-chord tones in each measure. So for example, I could change this E. So now I've added non-chord tones to connect some of the leaps between my chord tones. Now part 2 is going to go back to the first measure. Click in the center of the first measure, hold your shift key, click near the end of the 4th measure, Command C to copy. Scroll back down to letter C, click on the first bar of letter C, Command V to paste. And part 2 is going to change the half notes to quarter notes on counts 1 and 3, and then add non-chord tones on counts 2 and 4. So if I change this to a quarter note, and then at letter D, we're going to reverse the process. This time, we're going to go to letter B, Part 2 is going to click on the first measure, hold Shift, click near the end of the fourth measure of letter B, Command C to copy. Scroll down to letter D, click in the first measure, Command V to paste. Now, part 2 is going to add non-chord tones to their melody. Then I'm going to return to letter B, to the flute part, click on that measure, hold Shift, Command C to copy, scroll back to letter D, click in the first measure, Command V to paste. Now the first part is going to add their own quarter notes. I'll get a little leapy here. Okay. All right. So now I can go back, click on letter C, and listen to the result. You can go back and listen to the entire duet now from the beginning. Sorry. If you're satisfied with the result, you then want to practice your part. Once you get your part learned and practiced, you can now record your part on your line. So for example, if I'm the flute player, I could hide the other line so that I can only see my own line. I'm going to start at the beginning and select record. Click on the record button, wait for the count off, and then record your part. Your partner can do the same thing with their part by simply going back to the parts page, show all, and then hide the lines that they'd like to hide to record their part. Once you're happy with your recording, then you're ready to share it with your teacher. Have fun composing and performing with a friend.